So I gave you a little bit of a roadmap as to where we're going with this subject, and talked a little bit about just the introduction, the atomic theory, and now I want to get you thinking specifically about the electronic components that we're going to be dealing with. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an assignment here, and this is what I'd like you to do. You'll notice that I have listed here on the side a little bit of an alphabet, if you would, and these are essentially the letters that match to some very sort of standard common terminal identifications on electronic components. So, for instance, the word anode, I mean, it's used in many different components. Base, used on quite a few, particularly a lot of transistor type products. Collector, usually transistors. Um, when you get into things like gate, those are usually more on thyristors, um, and so on. Okay. Now you'll notice that that the letters C and K have some specific meaning here. K is normally used for cathode, which is the lead connected to the N-type material in a PN junction. And C is usually used for collector. Now, even though the word cathode is normally spelled with a C, in order to avoid confusion between collectors and cathodes, we're going to use K for cathode and C for collector. All right. Now, here's how the assignment is going to look, and I'm going to do number 1 for you for an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the symbol for you, and what I want you to do is find out what that component is, do a little bit of research, lots of material online. If you have any, different electronics books, so there is some information on electronics in some of the books that are part of the curriculum that you should have. But online, a lot of good stuff as well. So what you need to do is just look at the symbol, name it, and put in the leads where they need to go. So on this one, I've looked at this. Now this end we know is the cathode end. See the K right there? So you put the cathode here. Anode, you can see the anode. We can see the A right there. And so you put the anode on this side. And of course it's a diode, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move along. I'm going to draw the symbols for you and number them. And then what I want you to do is do your research and write down the name of the actual component and place the letter designator that shows which lead is which, okay? So I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to show you number 2. Number 2 looks like this. Okay, there's number 2. So what you need to do is find the name for that, for the component that is shown by that symbol, and place the letters into the circles to indicate what the leads are called, okay? All right, let's move ahead to number 3. Number 3. All right, there you have it, number 3. And so obviously I need to know the name, and This one comes in a couple of different configurations, so we need to be quite specific about the name of this component, all right? All right, moving to number 4. Very similar to the last component, okay? And so we need the name and we need to know the terminals. Real good. Let's take a look now at number 5. Now, number 5 looks like this. So there's a three terminal component, and you need to take a little look and determine what it is and what its leads are called. Okay, number 6. Number 6 looks pretty similar with just one change. The addition of those two arrows, okay? So number 6. Number 7, interesting component. We'll be talking about this one in a certain amount of detail. Looks like this. Kind of like two diode symbols, one from each side. And then we have an additional lead. So 3 leads this component. 3 leads, number 7. Number 8. Kind of similar to the last one, with just one small change. We've just removed one lead. Now we have just a 2-lead device. It's number 8. Number 9. All right, there's number 8. Sorry, number 9. There's number 9. And there's number 10. Only a small change in number 10. Reverse in the direction of that arrow. Number 10. Number 11. And there you have number 11. Number 12. There you have number 12. And moving on to the next group. "13." There you have number 13. Now, one small change will turn this into 14. And there you have number 14. Number 15. There you have number 15. You can see that this is obviously going to be related to the last two. And 16. Just like that, there's number 16. And just one more component will bring us to the end of our component list. Number 17. And we have here a terminal. And so what I need you to do is find that terminal, identify it, and place the lead letter designators. All right. Now, here's what I'd like you to do then. Make sure you just do a little research, work through these. And what I'm going to do is, as you're looking, I think what you're going to do is you're going to identify the components. You're going to find out where the leads are, and almost for sure, you are going to become a little bit familiar with some of the components. There'll be sometimes a little bit of a description along with the symbols, and so you're going to pick up a little bit of information. You're going to get familiar with the components that we're going to be dealing with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a PDF document with the answers to these that will be available for you on Sunday morning on the 26th. So, I'll give you Friday night and Saturday to do your research, and you can kind of check on Sunday morning and see where you're at with these components. Okay. So, hopefully find this helpful, and we'll go ahead and we'll carry on to the next thing.